Hey, welcome to Realtime Workflows. I'm MX Bell. I worked on Deadpool and Wolverine, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, 1917, Hobbs and Shaw, Wheel of Time, Little Mermaid, No Time to Die, tons more. What you're going to get in the channel are my pro tips and how I use Unreal Engine to make films. So let's get started. Let's make some stuff. See you down the road. Welcome back. If you've not seen the last video, we were just blending some animation clips. And what I'm going to do now is show you how to modify an animation clip just on the fly, non-destructively, for the sake of a shot. So if we look here, this is the thing we just made a blend for, and it's great, except for this guy's arm is exposed, right? It passes through this guy. Now, by the time it gets here, it's fine, but if we were going to go final on this, we kind of want to fix this pretty soon. Obviously there'd be an animation pass and everything else, but if we were going to take this to final, it's one of the things that I'd want to fix pretty early. Just as an example of showing you how to do it, here it is. So shove reaction with spin. Let's go to it. So right click to find it in our content browser and go properties, and then click on the magnifying glass on the animation clip. That brings it up. If you're going to modify any of these, the first thing I do is I duplicate it. And in the duplicate, I put what I've changed. And if it's for a shot, I'm probably going to put MKT 1010, which is the name of our shot here, just so that I know in future why I've changed it. They should be capitals. Right. So now I've got a duplicate, which I'm not precious about now. It's not going to affect any of it, because that other one, the main one, that source one, that could have been used in any other shot in the entire project, right? You could have 10 artists working, they're all sharing the same animation clips. You don't want to be changing something that already exists that somebody else might be using, because they don't want it changed. So let's double click on this. Okay, and here we see here our animation clip. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do this. Maybe we'll go through all of them. So first one, the one that I use, if it's a super quick change, especially like a head rotation or something like that, I'll do it this way. So basically, we want to look at where we last get last good frame of his hand. So it's pretty much needs to come right back, basically. So we know that we like it once it swings around like this. Okay, so it's his right arm. So we're going to grab right arm. And I'm gonna hit a keyframe, so you keep key here, right? And then when it comes down here, I just want to move it out of the way. Okay, and I'm gonna hit key again. Now that looks fucking stupid, right? But if we save that, I've done it specifically for this shot, remember. I'm not trying to make an overall change. I'm just doing it specifically for this shot. I'm now going to update this one with my new version, this one. And now, it almost does it. I think, well, it's much better. The next change will probably have to come into this, but I reckon if we just start bringing this in a touch earlier. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now we've got a changed animation. If I just duplicate this, if I just duplicate it again, just err on the side of caution. I'm going to call it spin and edit. Spin, edit. Okay, which is this one, spin edit. So we double click that, and now we can go. Edit in sequencer, edit with FK control rig. Now, when we do this, it does a nice thing. This will now make us a little level sequence just for this animation. Sequencer is much easier to work with than this animation editor here. That doesn't do whole frames. It's a bit annoying. Don't do whole frames. So by sending it off to a level sequence, we've got constant access to it. We can go back to it, change it, things like that. We can also add a proper control rig to it. The one negative is it dumps us out of the level sequence that we were in. So we've now got one here, look. So and it goes to the origin, so you don't get it in place. Couple of slight negatives, but not a huge problem. So you can see there that we've got these bones inside. So we can actually open him up and we can find our the relevant bones. What I do is I'm going to lock this. I don't want to make changes to the original. I'm going to use additive animation. Okay. Sorry, not lock that. That's a different thing. We're going to add additive. Okay, put this here. Now this is just going to add. What we last did was what was additive. What we did in the animation editor, that was additive animation. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to lock this just so it doesn't get confused. I always do that just to make sure. There you go. That's locked. So now we can come over here and I will keyframe everything probably. We know that we liked it here, right? So I keyframe everything. Just why not? There he goes. And then come back over here and now we can take the arm. So we want right arm. Gone past it, have I? No. Right arm, which is this. Okay, we're going to hit a keyframe there and do exactly the same thing we did in the other one. Just bring it right back. Okay, so now that's the animation. You see it's giving itself a rather arbitrary frames per second. We don't need to worry about that too much. I don't know why it's doing that actually, to be fair. The same overall length. And so cool, that's good. And now what we can do is we can take this and we can right click and we can go bake animation sequence. Okay, and now we put it back into our anims and we'll call it shoved reaction with spin edit, or 1 for argument's sake. Click OK, and then this comes up off screen. Export. Okay, and then we go back to our original. Go back to our original level sequence. It's a bit annoying that it did that. That it kicks us out of it. Cinematics shots. Get this one. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So there you go. So that's it with the new one. So 2 different ways to do it. If you're an animator and you want to get really involved in that, then that's the way to go. If you just need to make a quick change for previs, I would just open make duplicate of the animation asset, open it up, and do a couple of keyframes. That's how you edit animation assets in Unreal Engine on the fly while you're making shots. I am MX Bell, and I'll catch you down the road.